Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Friday live stream. My name is Hussein the Brain. You're watching the Fantasy Couch YouTube channel. Welcome, everybody. We're going to go over the news. Lots of crazy news this week. I had to kind of pick and choose what to put in, what not to put in, because there was a lot. Apparently, Tupac's murderer was caught today. Chandler Jones is going through what the Raiders say some personal issues, just some of the news that's not in our news update, but lots happened. This could be one of the biggest news updates ever. Just all breaking this morning and this afternoon. It's been crazy. That's right. That's right. Jamison Williams magically is back. He was definitely one of my top prospects. And a lot of people are kind of writing him off as a bust. We haven't really seen him play in the NFL. So it's a little bit unfair, but it's not really worked out as of yet. So we'll finally see if he actually is a bust or not. That's right, Burrow. I didn't even put him on this report, but yeah, Joe Burrow finally getting some full practices. He did not suffer a setback. That's great news. So he's back, and the Bengals are looking much better. So that's definitely great. What's up? I'm doing great, man. And right after this live stream is done, I will head on over to the Fantasy Couch Discord and I will hop on the voice call if anybody wants to talk to me or just listen. We kind of do a group call. Usually just like 5, 6 people are in there. Sometimes there's like no one there. Sometimes we got like 10, 11 people in there. But if you guys do want to hop on, we do hop on the Discord right after. Omaha Polly E's in the building. Tony's in the building. Val, of course, is in the building. And Luca. I assume Luca has Jamison Williams just like me as well. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen. I did not update my sleeper app. I might just hit update right now. I did not update my sleeper app, so I did not get the Taylor Swift update. I only believe it when I see it, but reliable sources have told me that it is true. They did swap Travis Kelce's picture with Taylor Swift. Sad day. Dang, the news just doesn't. There's just so much going on. Even sleepers in on the action. I'm gonna update my apps on my phone right now. Let's see if this is so I can see it with my own eyes. I know it's true. It's happened. Let me see. Sleeper update. Do we have one? No, I don't have a sleeper update. That's weird. So might have to. I'll update my apps just because I'm on this page, and I'll close out all my apps. Right, that's probably what I needed to do. Just close out the sleeper app. Yeah, that's right. They solved the Tupac murder crime. Crazy. Just lot. Just the news just doesn't stop today, man. The news is running wild. Running wild. I don't know what this is, but what's up, Grandin in the building? Yeah, just news is just going crazy today. Oh, I had a sneeze. I don't even try to hide it. I was trying to sneeze. It didn't come out. I think subconsciously you don't want to sneeze when you're on video, so has a lot less of a chance of actually coming out. There we go. Devon Achane hype. I'm very reserved on this. Just like kind of like Justin Fields. I don't know. Um, I will tell you this though. So that's it's a lame. I got a lame answer. It's a cop out. There's no excuses for me. Very lame on my end. But I will tell you this. I really liked Achane as a prospect. Drafted him in almost all my dynasty leagues. I drafted him in some best ball drafts. So it's not like this is a guy that I don't like the talent. I think it's the best landing spot ever in the entire draft, followed by number 2, Sam Laporta, going to the Lions. I think Achane going to the Dolphins was the absolute perfect fit. The number one running back on the Dolphins is Raheem Mostert, who's very injury prone, one of the most, if not the most injury prone player in the NFL, but he's looking good and healthy. Still injury prone. And so really that's really my only analysis with him. I love the talent. I love the landing spot. The Dolphins are on absolute fire, probably the hottest team right now. I mean, I guess that's more of a fact. They are the hottest team right now in the NFL. And Devon Achane, 0 fantasy points week 1, got like 2 touches week 2, and then got like 52 fantasy points week 3. So definitely a guy who's ascending. I'd be more on Achane's a guy I want on my roster rather than not. And so on my waiver wire video, new waiver wire video every Tuesday, I did say I'm comfortable with you guys putting in a 51% FAB bid or more. I said I think it's not dumb to put every single dollar you have remaining in your FAB on a guy like Achane, because just if you're just looking at just the math, just the facts, right? Zero emotion, zero projections, right? Zero predictions. Just if you're just looking at the facts, as far as proven upside, like something we've seen that we can see with our eyes, we can see it on paper, we can see on film. You're not going to get a better upside waiver wire pick ever this year. So when's the next time you think you're going to be able to pick up a guy who has the potential to score 50 points? Because we just seen him score 50. So that's not my opinion. And if you look at the data, almost no players score 50 fantasy points. Like it just never really happens. So with that being said, we have a guy who scored 50 points. Why not pick him up? I'm telling people to bench him this week, although he is a good, it's a good game script going against the Bills and whatnot. It's a tough one, man, but I do think he needs to be rostered, and I'm just kind of taking it one step at a time. I do think, if you spent all your FAB on him, I don't think that's dumb at all. Something I would have definitely put in all my. See, he's not available in not one of my leagues, guys. So you're lucky if he was available. Not one of my leagues. I mean, if it's dynasty, I have him on like 3 out of 4 of my dynasty leagues anyway. But in redraft, he was not available in not one league. And if he was, I would have myself put at least 51% of total FAB on him. Like I would have spent quite a bit, or basically all my remaining FAB if I had less than 50%. We got a noob question. Do running backs get more fantasy points later in the season as teams pivot to running more in the colder, inclement weather? I don't know the data on that, but that's a no. So, like I just take it one, it might be a yes, actually. Like I just take it one step at a time. So, teams, when the weather is extreme or it's very, very strong winds, that's when. So I guess that is a yes. So but it doesn't happen in every winter game. Remember, half the teams are in a dome, and a lot of games do have good weather, right? But a lot of these teams, like kind of in the northeast region, they are going to have really bad weather, and in those games, they're going to give the ball to the running backs a lot more. And then on top of that, there's another factor, like which one of them are true workhorses, right? So that could just mean the backup running back, like Kenny Gainwell, gets more touches. So it's not really any information that can really help us. You just got to take it game by game, and you got to look at the wind. When we see 20-mile-an-hour winds or more, when it's really rainy, things like that, then we're like, all right, they're not gonna throw it deep. They can't when the winds are 20, 30 miles an hour, they can't even throw it deep. It's very tough. Yeah, and I did come up with a video when I because I film every draft where it was a very, very controversial decision, even in my own brain. It was round two in a one QB dynasty rookie draft, and I had like pick 203 or 204, and it was between Zach Charbonnet and Devon Achane, and I did not select Charbonnet. I selected Achane. So I mean, it's that really goes to show you. And you guys, if you guys know, Charbonnet is going in round one in every draft, so he fell like a crazy amount, and I still went with Achane over Charbonnet just to show you how much I liked him um, in Dynasty and as a prospect. Yeah, that's where he was going. I mean, he was going really late in redraft. A Chain goes really late. Kirk Cousins gets his first win. It's hard for the Vikings to win. Very difficult for them to accomplish such a task. Kirk Cousins against the Panthers. Yeah, I think he gets his first win. What are the what does Vegas say? What happened to this website? Huh. Whoa, this website totally changed. Oh, that's crazy. There it is. I want the app. Okay. That was odd. Yeah, this website totally changed everything. Money line. Over under. Dang, they don't have the blended anymore. All right. Wow, that sucks. Is this for real? Dang. I gotta find a new website. They changed the what's it called? The what's it called? API. This site changed the API. This company. Wow, that's so crazy, dude. Anyway, we'll just look at both the spread. We have the Vikings favored by 4.5. That's significant. And over unders 46.5. Dang. Cousins or Josh Allen. You got to start Josh Allen. Could be the best QB this week, matter of fact. And this one's not even close. You got to go Josh Allen. It definitely Josh Allen. I say we just go over the news and then we'll do AMA. Let's just get the news out the way. Basically, everyone's already here. We've been live for 15 minutes. Let me take a sip and then we'll do the news and then I'll answer you guys' questions. All right, let me open my sleeper app. Let's see if this is true. It is true, but I want to see it with my own eyes. We'll see. I'm gonna go to Travis Kelce. I have Travis Kelce in a lot of leagues. Oh, it's true. Oh, it's true. All right. It's true. So of course it's blurry when I put it up, but there we go. That's Travis Kelce right there. They did it. They actually did it. It's true. Wow. Lame. It's not on the desktop though. It's not on the desktop. Okay. It's only on the app, I think. Yeah, it's only on the app. Yeah. On the app, they did change Travis Kelce's headshot. All right. So I guess that's more news. They changed Travis Kelce's headshot to I don't know who that is on the picture, but it's not Travis Kelce. That's all I know. All right, guys, let's go on to the news. News 929. Here we go. The NFL gambling policies have changed, and you know what that means? Do you? You already heard probably. Jamison Williams is back. His 4-game suspension, his 6-game suspension got turned into a 4-game suspension. So he is back. He is able to play week 5. Let's go. Anthony Richardson, quarterback for the Colts, has cleared concussion protocol. He is good to go and will start week 4. Jonathan Mingo, Panthers rookie wide receiver, is questionable and he's still in the concussion protocol. Panthers running back Miles Sanders is questionable. Zay Jones, he was day to day last week. I don't know what's going on. He was out week 3. Now he's out week 4. This seems bigger than it is, the injury. So I was telling people to trade Christian Kirk. I thought Zay Jones would be back in a few seconds. He's not. I still think trading away Christian Kirk is a good idea. But now you may want to ask for more or hold on to him if you're starting him this week. So all in all, it's good news if you didn't trade away Christian Kirk, because now's your chance to get more or play him another week and then trade him, because he's probably going to do well this week. Deshaun Watson, big worry here. He has a right shoulder contusion, but he is okay. That's what he says. He says he's okay, and he's expected to play. But that's what he's saying. He said that Friday. I don't know if he's actually going to play. I think he is, but we'll see. He's not throwing today in practice. Puka Nacua, full practice. He is good to go. He's been playing through his injuries. Doesn't seem too serious. Jimmy Garoppolo is still in the concussion protocol. And also Max Crosby, one of the Raiders' best players, is also questionable. Jimmy Garoppolo still being in the concussion protocol on Friday. That's telling me that Aiden O'Connell is probably going to start for the Raiders. And if Jimmy G is still in the concussion protocol tomorrow, Saturday, means for sure Aiden O'Connell is going to start. And guys, let me tell you this right now. If you're in a super deep league or if you're in a super flex league, I highly recommend going and adding Aiden O'Connell. He's not rostered as much as he should be in fantasy football. He is a sleeper, as in like the true definition of a sleeper, as in like he is being slept on. People like are not talking about him. He was slept on in the draft. He is not a sexy name. So I definitely go and add him if you're in a specialty league. Yeah, lots of potential there. We just got a super chat. You know what that means? That totally interrupts the live stream and we go straight to there. What's up, Mike Murray, by the way? Johnny, we'll go Johnny. Thank you so much for the super chat donation, my friend. 12 team half PPR. I got offered Godwin for Dameon Pierce. RBs left are Bijan, Mostert, Roshan, and Joshua Kelly. Wide receivers, Ridley, Pickens, Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, JSN. Do it. I would not do it. I think Godwin outscores Dameon Pierce. But there's two things here, man. First of all, it's only half PPR. It's not full PPR. Second, RBs are valuable. They're scarce. I like trading away Dameon Pierce, but I need a little bit better. Also, your running backs, you're in a pretty good position today. Tomorrow, you're not going to be in a great position because you have Achane outscoring Mostert, Roshan Johnson. He's good, but he's splitting work and he's on the worst team in the NFL. And you got Bijan Robinson and Joshua Kelly. He's going to turn into a pumpkin after this week. Well, he already turned into a pumpkin, so he's going to turn into dust. Chargers have a week 5 bye, and Austin Eckler, I expect him to be back week 6. He's close to returning. Oh, really? You know, that's a great point. I'm gonna look that up. I assumed it was Aiden O'Connell. No, that's a great point, man. I may be mistaken on that. That's crazy. Man, that's a dumb decision if they go with Hoyer. They really need to see. They need to give Aiden O'Connell some experience. Obviously, Brian Hoyer is not the quarterback of the future. That's a great question. We will look into that, man. I might look like a big dummy here. Yeah, dude, I would not I would not do this. I would not do this. Yeah, because Damian, like you want those RBs. Because look, Damian Pierce, you can actually start, and the bye weeks are gonna hit. So Joshua Kelly doesn't count. I like your RBs, but yeah, I would just like to get a little bit more for him. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. You just even hoarding 4 good running backs um is helping you win because you're gonna face opponents that have 0 or 1 startable running back. So I think you need to put more value into RBs. Yeah, and you're kind of proving that point. You said everyone's desperate for RBs. That means you have to use that as leverage. I'm totally okay with keeping Damian Pierce and starting him on occasion. That's fine. Like I said, just you hoarding is really good. Anthony, thank you so much for the super chat donation. Give away CeeDee Lamb, Thielen, Kareem Hunt for Ridley Evans Pierce. Yes, go do that. Go get you Calvin Ridley. Go get you Mike Evans. You already had me right there. If I'm getting Calvin Ridley and Mike Evans, I'm jumping on that opportunity. Go do it. Go get it. That's going to be great. What's up, Hype Beast? All right, back to the news. We're going to actually check this before I forget because I don't want to be mistaken. I just told everyone to go pick up Aiden O'Connell. Um, we're going to be doing some research now, so we're definitely on a tangent, but we'll see what Our Lad says. This is my number one website I go to for actual depth charts, not like actual depth charts we can use. Let's see what they say. They are saying that Brian Hoyer is the number 2 quarterback, so more than likely it is going to be Hoyer, which is just nuts. Let's see. Which QB will start, and we're gonna hit on over to Twitter, maybe start for Raiders. All right, let's see. It says the starting QB for the Raiders is unknown, actually. And this seems like a pretty legit source, Associated Press. Experience. Okay. Coach Josh McDaniel said experience will not be deciding factor if Garoppolo can't go. Okay, so he's basically saying like, hey, we can start Aiden O'Connell. Like, oops, I tried to click off an ad and I clicked on an ad. I mean, I hate everything. These ads, dude, are so stupid. They could go with Brian Hoyer or Aiden O'Connell. Okay. So that's one. Okay, that's probably one other big reason why people aren't adding Aiden O'Connell as much as they should, because they don't know if Jimmy G is going to play or not, and they don't know who's the backup quarterback for the Raiders. It should be Aiden O'Connell. My guess is Aiden O'Connell, but nonetheless, I'm glad you brought that up because it is a bit of uncertainty. Brian Hoyer sucks. I mean, he's expired. Like, he's a really good, like, third string QB, but like he provides no upside. He's not going to help you win. All right. So that's pretty much the article we needed. We just needed to look at those two. But I have this up. Let's see what this says really quick. Remains in limbo despite getting in limited sessions Thursday and Friday. Quarterback remains in concussion protocol. We're at mercy of the testing. Official game as he'll go through the normal. In addition, Garoppolo standout defensive end. Max Crosby's questionable. Trying to skim through. Heretofore. I never even heard this word. To be honest, heretofore. I never even heard of that. Okay. Heretofore, McDaniels has been mum on whether it will be Brian Hoyer or Aiden O'Connell under center if Jimmy G doesn't clear concussion protocol. The coach is probably hoping he doesn't have to choose. All right, so there you have it. It is a mystery on which one they're going to start. I think we'll start up the news back again. All right, we'll get through the news and then we'll answer the questions. All right, so we'll just start from the top and I'll go the stuff I said before I'll go through really quick. NFL has changed their gambling policies. Jamison Williams is playing week 5, suspension reduced from 6 to 4 weeks. Anthony Richardson out of concussion protocol. He's good to go. Mingo is questionable with a concussion. He's still in the protocol. Miles Sanders is questionable. Zay Jones is out with a knee injury yet again. Deshaun Watson, he says he's okay, but he does have a shoulder contusion with his throwing shoulder, not good. He says he's going to play and he's okay, though. Puka, full practice. He's good to go. Jimmy G is still in concussion protocol. Max Crosby's also questionable. And now we just saw that we don't know who would be the backup quarterback. It could be Hoyer. It could be Aiden O'Connell. We don't know yet. Jawan Jennings, 49ers wide receiver, is doubtful. Debo and Eli Mitchell are questionable. Now, I do expect Debo to play. Jawan Jennings, since he's doubtful, he's out, we'll say. Eli Mitchell suffered a knee injury during Thursday's practice. Don't have any information on that. Doesn't sound great. But like I said, Debo, I think, will play. And Brandon Ayuk is good to go, so he is definitely going to play. Corey Linsley, center for the Chargers, has a non-emergency heart-related medical issue, and he's going to the IR, I believe, tomorrow. Rookie wide receiver for the Bengals, Charlie Jones, is placed on IR. He's kind of like a slot receiver, return man. Not really high on him in Dynasty. Texans left tackle, Lermy Tunsil. Offensive tackle, Josh Jones. Corner, Tavir Thomas. Linebacker, Denzel Perryman are all out for the Texans. And Packers head coach Matt LaFleur says that Aaron Jones and Christian Watson were both on a pitch count Thursday, and he expects them to not be and be a full ready to go next week, week 5, which the Packers desperately need to get healthy and need to get back on track. But that's going to really bode well for them. They got a long week to rest up. They just played last night. Austin Eckler is doubtful. That means he's out. Chargers have a week 5 bye. So Eckler probably ready to go week 6. I would bank on that happening. Austin Eckler says he can run in a straight line at full speed already, just having problems cutting. And 2 weeks should definitely solve that issue for him. Gerald Everett for the Chargers. Lots of colds and flu and sickness going around right now. So basically everyone's catching a bug. But Gerald Everett is back at practice. He's good to go with an illness. Treylon Burks, knee injury ruled out. That's not looking good for Treylon Burks. They drafted him in a lot of dynasty leagues. DeAndre Hopkins is good to go, though. He's always banged up every week. Saquon Barkley got in a limited practice and he's questionable. I wouldn't really doubt him. Like, he might actually play. Like, he recovers faster. Like, he's kind of like Wolverine. He heals fast, but we'll see. It's probably best to have him not play just one more week, but we'll see what's up with him. Lots of injuries for the Ravens, and that's why I listed them all. So all of these guys I'm about to name are out. Odell Beckham, Rashad Bateman, Marlon Humphrey, Ojabo, Owe, they are all out for the Ravens. And offensive tackle Ronnie Stanley is doubtful for the Ravens. We have some more questionable guys for the Ravens as well, including Kyle Hamilton, Tyler Linderbaum, Marcus Williams, running back Justice Hill, all questionable for the Ravens. Basically, half the team's injured for the Ravens. Cooper Kupp is set to practice next week. So I'm thinking he'll probably be back week 5, week 6 at the latest with his hamstring injury. He was on IR. He's definitely going to be out week 4. And Tyler Higbee, he's questionable, but he got a full practice today. I do expect him to play. And he did sign, or he agreed to a 3-year, $27 million contract extension today. Big deal for him. And for the Arizona Cardinals, Hollywood Brown and Keontae Ingram are both questionable. Oh, there you go, Tony, participating in the news, helping me out. Give a big hand to Tony H. All right, everybody. We got through the news. Here we go. Yeah, we all like DTR. He looked amazing, natural, and smooth in the preseason. So we'll see what's up with that. But Deshaun Watson, he says he's gonna play. Who knows what's up? Maybe he just wants to play and is saying that. That's right. Thank you, Tony. All right, guys. Hit me up with some questions and I will answer them right now. Judy or Pickens, half PPR, both have good matchups. Let's go with George Pickens. Oh, this is so terrible. Brees Hall, Achane, or Ford. All right, let me try to rank him for you. All right. Brees Hall going against the Chiefs. Hmm. I do like that, but Zach Wilson's really holding that team back. And then we have Jerome Ford. I think that's just it's just safer. And then we got Achane. Hmm. Let's go number 3, Achane. Number 2, Brees Hall, and number 1, Jerome Ford. I would start Ford. Yeah, can't. Starting Madison's tough. I would not start Madison. What's up, Mason? I have Gibbs, Kyron Williams, Kamara, JT, Mostert, Ford. What do I do? Um, so you have a good amount of quantity. You have some good RBs. You don't have that one hitter though. So if you're asking for who to just start, I mean, you didn't ask that. So you just said, what should I do? So I'm going to give you more of a long-term solution. Look to trade away Kamara. He has a big name, but not an efficient runner anymore. Look to trade away JT. That's a guy on your roster that's getting you 0 points. And that's about it. So if you can trade away Kamara and JT, two guys who have got 0 fantasy points this year and have huge names, go do that for some quality. You know, maybe you can go get a stud wide receiver. Maybe you can get an RB that's actually getting fantasy points or something like that. Maybe you can trade Kamara for Zach Moss. That's another one. So you got a guy who's an absolute stud, and then you might have JT, and JT could get traded. So definitely time to make a trade, man. Trade Ken Walker, Tank Dell, and Achane for Tyreek Hill. Yes, I would go get Tyreek Hill. Big, bold move here. Dang, the sun keeps coming in and out. All right, we'll just leave it here. We'll just leave the exposure on there. What's up, Cats? D Hop, Josh Palmer, Nico Collins. PPR kind of leaning D Hop since Traylon is out, but it is the Titans. That is definitely something to worry about. We're going with DeAndre Hopkins, yeah, for sure. I have Barkley, Miles Sanders, Nico Collins, Pickens, and Ford. Who should I start at flex in PPR? Well, I mean, Saquon plays Monday. He probably won't even play. So I guess let's rule him out, right? Miles Sanders is questionable. So as of right now, you're starting George Pickens, I would say. I think Miles Sanders is a good start. Miles. Yeah. So actually, if Miles Sanders is looking like he's 100% and he's gonna play, he plays Sunday morning. I would actually start him and then have Pickens as your contingency plan. If I trade away AJ Brown, this is such a long question, dude. I can't even read this. I can't read well. Trade away AJ Brown, Puka Nakua, Mixon, Stroud. That's a huge trade for Deshaun Watson, Michael Pittman, Cooper, Cup, Jonathan Taylor. No, I don't like it. Nah, I like the AJ Brown side more because these are four guys getting fantasy points, and you'd be trading them for two guys that get fantasy points. So I would stay put. Nah. I mean, you're getting JT, who knows what's going to happen there. You're getting Cooper Cup. He could easily get hurt again. You're getting Deshaun Watson, who's only had one good game. But, I mean, that was against the Titans. So maybe that was a fluke because the Titans suck at pass defense. Stay put with A.J. Brown, Puka, Mixon, Stroud. I like that side better. If you have the other side, go get those guys. I like that side better. Gabe Davis or Drake London. Oh man, we are really here. We're at the point where Drake London's a must drop in a 10-team league and may want to even drop him in a 12-team league. Drake London or Gabe Davis. Oof. And you also got that game's a shootout. Is there another bigger shootout than over under? Let me make this bigger so you guys can see. There we go. Yeah, I don't think there's a bigger over under game. That game's going to be a shootout. Bills, Dolphins, that's huge shootout. 53 over under. Oh my god. I guess we're starting Gabe Davis. Look, man, Josh Allen, Tua, highest scoring game. I guess it's better to just start a random Bills player than the Falcons' number one wide receiver. Yeah. Dang, that's so sad. We can't start Drake London. Talented number one wide receiver. We're not starting because his quarterback is lame. And we're starting a number two wide receiver on the Bills. Yeah, you got to start. I mean, look at this. See, if the Bills were playing like a really tough defense, like more of a low scoring game, that'd be different. But I mean, who do we trust, man? Josh Allen, a super elite quarterback in a big shootout. I mean, this is the game of the week. Or, we're going to trust Desmond Ritter's arm. Like, let's get out of here. Let's go Gabe Davis, baby. Start three: Garrett Wilson, Tank Dell, Achane, and Zay Flowers. So that essentially means to bench one. I mean, I hate Garrett Wilson so much because of Zach Wilson. It's purely because of Zach Wilson. So it's between Garrett Wilson and Achane. Um, if it's full PPR, I'm leaning Garrett Wilson. If it's not full PPR, let's bench Garrett Wilson. Yeah, let's again in full PPR, bench Achane. If it's half PPR, non PPR, let's bench Garrett Wilson. Kamara, Dell, or Zay Flowers. Half PPR. Go with Zay Flowers. Olave or Ridley. This is a good question. I tell everyone to start Ridley, but I don't know what kind of league you're in. Uh, but I'm gonna go with Ridley on this one. Let's go Ridley. I don't know how you have this type of luxury, man, but your team must be stacked. If you had to drop one, Dotson or Ford, 10 team, how few you would drop Deshaun, you would drop Jahan Watson, sorry. Ugh. Drop Jahan Dotson. Sorry about that. Hope you're doing well, man. Need to flex. Joshua Palmer, Nico, Roshan, Brees Hall. All right, let's go with um let's bench Joshua Palmer. Okay. Let's start Brees Hall. And then yeah, I think if it's well the if it's PPR, you got to go Nico Collins, I'm thinking. But I'm thinking Brees Hall and Roshan, but I would bench Joshua Palmer. Well, bro, if it's a free league, I mean, who cares, to be quite frank. Anthony, thank you again for the super chat for the same question. But we're editing the question here. Actually, it's CD Lamb for Ridley and Mike Evans PPR. Okay, I don't remember the previous trade, but this sounds like it could be even better. Yeah, go get Ridley and Mike Evans, and that sounds even better. So go get Ridley and Mike Evans. I mean, you're essentially getting Land. I like Ridley more than Land. That's how crazy I am. And then you're getting Mike Evans, who's a great wide receiver. So you're getting two great wide receivers for one good wide receiver. Go do that. You cannot trade away Gibbs. Nobody wants him, my friend. If you find someone who has a Jameer Gibbs fetish and loves him no matter what, loves him unconditionally, go trade him. Go get whatever you can. But that's basically nobody here. Nobody's giving you anything for Gibbs. Nobody wants him. That opportunity was week one because I sent out a lowball offer for Gibbs week one. It got denied, but it was still probably somewhat reasonable and or it was probably a low ball offer. I'm not even sending anymore. I don't even want Gibbs anymore. So I won't even send out a low ball offer for Gibbs. So nobody wants him. Who would you sit between Madison, Mostert, Moss, and Kamara? So we're starting Zach Moss. We're starting Mostert. So it's between Madison and Kamara. And we're gonna go ahead and start Madison. So bench Kamara. Tough one though. Oh, I already forgot your question. Sorry, my friend. We can't do that. Oh, by the way, like, dude, I got 100 questions. Sorry. I'm just trying to get through as many as I can. So if you botch your first question and I answered, I mean, I think that's it, man. I think you're done. I'm sorry. You started the wrong player in fantasy. I can't do it. You could super chat though. If you want to super chat, I will guaranteed to answer the question. But I don't remember who's who and who remember I look at like 2,000 fantasy teams every week. I'm not gonna remember, bro. Starting Kincaid over Pitts and Achane over ETN. Now the ETN one is a mistake. Yeah, don't do that. I would start ETN. Kyle Pitts is disgusting though. Don't even start him. Zay Flowers or Godwin. I would start Zay Flowers. Olave or Puka. I would start Puka. Trade Bijan for Tyreek Hill. I mean, it's a fair trade for either side, right? One's a RB is much more valuable. One's a wide receiver is going to score more fantasy points. I think either side is fine. If you need a RB, if you need a wide receiver. Now, if Bijan Robinson's your only running back that you can start that doesn't make you throw up and get very ill, then you can't trade away Bijan. But if you have a great running back room with a lot of depth and quality, then yeah, go get Tyreek Hill. It is hard, man, but that's why you came here making I make the good decisions for you. Still don't know what's going on with your team though. So I don't remember it. Would you start Roshan or Damian Pierce this week? Great question. Um, I would start Roshan. Kyron Williams. Oh, I love the Twitch fam in the building here. Kyron Williams, Puka, or Swift at flex? Kyron Williams, Puka, or Swift at flex? Let's go with Puka Nakua. Man, let's see. Like he hasn't really been good so far, so let's see how it is. I might bench him one more week. We weren't going to start him anyway, so I might bench him week 5 and see how he does. But this is what I'll just tell you this: I'm excited to see Jared Goff in a home game with Jamison Williams. I smell a lot of big touchdowns coming, but let's wait. As far as fantasy, maybe we don't start him right away, but I am very excited to see him. And he's going to get more experience this year, right? He's playing 2 more games this year, so that bodes well for him later on in the season because he hasn't played many games. He hasn't really played much and hasn't practiced much with the Lions, period. Need one running back and flex. Madison, Moss, Ford, Lockett. I didn't put Montgomery in, so I'm bumming. Okay, that sucks. I know everybody benched Montgomery, but you can still win this week. That's the good news. So let's go and win. You're definitely starting Zach Moss. So the other guys between Madison, Ford, or Lockett, and I'm thinking we go with Tyler Lockett on this one. Let's go Lockett. Oh, this is a long question, and I can't read. I traded Mostert, Russ, Sutton, got rid of a lot of Broncos, and Brian Robinson for Ayuk, Addison, and Gibbs. My IBs now are Kyron Kamara. I don't really care. QB Josh Allen, Kelsey at tight end. You got Ayuk. That's a plus. Addison is a lateral move. I like the trade. I don't know, man. I think you did well buying low on Gibbs, which I wouldn't recommend. If it's a 1 QB league, in a 1 QB league, Russell Wilson's not really valuable at all. He's just an average quarterback in fantasy. He's valuable in Superflex. You didn't say it's Superflex though. I think that's a small dub, man. That's a tough one. I think you took a small dub. Is Russell Wilson 1 QB league? That's nothing. That's freeing up a roster spot. Mostert is very valuable, but he's injury prone. You got rid of another Bronco. The guy I'm really worried about that you got rid of is Brian Robinson, though. That sucks. But you're benching him, so now you get Gibbs on your bench, which is kind of a cool sleeper cell. I like it, man. That was good. That trade sounded like it took a lot of work to do. How do you feel about Charbonnet, Tank Bisbee, or Joshua Kelly? 15 team, big money league. I lost Eckler. He's doubtful. We're gonna go and start Joshua Kelly this week. I know he sucked, but he's the best start this week, man. Eckler is out. Let's go, Josh Kelly, man. You got this. We're gonna win. Everyone's gonna win. Trust me. I don't know if you're a new subscriber, man, but I've been saying to trade away Garrett Wilson ever since Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Now his stock is lower, so you're probably not going to get a good trade unless you can swindle and make a package deal and get over on your opponent. It's not looking good for you, man. That time is kind of past to trade away Garrett Wilson. You probably have a better chance of just praying that the Jets go get a real quarterback, which is unlikely. You can't start Saquon, dude. He plays Monday, and he might not even play. So just start Javonte. And it's nothing to do with what I'm projecting or anything. Like, why would you start? Let's say like Saquon has like a 45% chance to play Monday. What are you going to do if he's out? You'll probably end up losing your matchup if he puts up a 0. So start Javonte. Great matchup. He's the lead back, and he's starting to get ramped up. Like I said on last night's podcast, by the way, make sure you subscribe to the podcast on YouTube and everywhere else. Fantasy Couch Podcast. We have a second YouTube channel. So last night's live stream on the podcast, I said, look, Javonte Williams. We don't really trust him, but he's the lead back. He has the best matchup this week against the Bears. And there was a ramp up period. There was a planned ramp up. Guys that are coming back from knee injuries usually don't get 100% of snaps week one. They usually start week 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's what you need to do. People are messaging me. I'm just going to say, I am live on YouTube now. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so just start Javonte. Start a guy who's actually playing. And I do expect Javonte to get more than 10 fantasy points. So that'll be formidable. George Cook. You like Josh Allen over 35.5 pass attempts and both Michael Thomas and Chris Olave at 5 or more receptions? I don't do player props, man. I don't know. That's a lot. That's like 3 questions. I don't know. Christian Watson. Jalen Warren and Kareem Hunt long-term hold. I would go with Warren. Nico Collins or Josh Palmer. I go Nico Collins. Kyron Williams, Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, Zay Flowers, Tank Dell. Full PPR pick too. Go with Kyron Williams for sure. And then that's a tough one. Let's bench Garrett Wilson. So it's between DJ Moore, Zay Flowers, and Tank Dell. Let's bench DJ Moore. Let's go with Zay Flowers. All right, so start Kyron Williams and start Zay Flowers. Yeah, what can you do, man? We're gonna fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, pumpkin spice. I don't know any sayings, but the definition of insanity is starting Joshua Kelly 3 times. So let's do it, man. Let's go insane and hope he gets a dead zone. Trade Garrett Wilson and Bijan for JJ. Yeah, man, it's a great trade. Again, it's the same thing, right? Were you the Bijan guy who just asked that? I don't know. Yeah, you just asked this one here. It's the exact same trade basically because I don't really care about Garrett Wilson. So, if you need a running back, don't do this because Bijan is very valuable. But if you have running back depth and you need a wide receiver, go do this. I think both sides can win on this trade because, I mean, quite frank, Tyreek Hill is probably slightly better than Justin Jefferson as he's on fire this year. Has more upside than Justin Jefferson. Who should I flex? Okay. Not Dalvin Cook or Jared Cook. I like Mostert. Wide receivers DK, Ayuk, Higgins. Man, that's a lot of. I don't how this must be an 8-team league because you're benching Higgins, you're benching DK, you're benching Mostert. I don't even know like what kind of is this an 8-team league? Like what is going on here? I mean, all these guys are studs. So like Higgins is a good start. ETN is a good start. Mostert's a good start. Metcalf's a good start. Ayuk's a great start. Let's bench Ayuk since the Niners will probably have a big lead. Let's bench whichever Cook you got. Okay, so let's bench Cook. Let's bench Ayuk because of the game script. Between Metcalf and Higgins, I'm feeling T. Higgins. Oh, I know that. I didn't ask if you had them all on the roster. All right. Why are you telling me this information that's totally it's information I don't need to know? I asked you if you're in an 8-team league. Okay. I assume you have all these guys on your roster. All right. I asked you if you're in an 8-team league. You need to answer that question. Are you in an 8-team league or a 4-team league or a 12-team? That's all I'm asking. I know these guys are on your roster, and I know you want my opinion on which one to start, and I'm narrowing it down for you. But you're giving me useless information here. 10-team league, so you just dominated the draft. Okay. That's a stacked 10-teamer. You got all these guys. You just need me to pick one out of these? Is it full PPR? See, Higgins has the most upside. He doesn't have a high floor. I think we're gonna go with ETN. Man, that's a tough one, but that's such a tough one, but says it's full PPR. Yeah, that's a tough one. I think we're gonna go with Travis Etienne, man. Yeah, my second choice would be Higgins. That's a tough one, dude. And if you don't listen to me and you start someone else, I wouldn't hold it against you, but at least I'm telling you to bench Cook and bench Ayuk, which even benching Ayuk is already that's a risky one. But I gotta go with the game script, right? Niners are favored to whoop the Cardinals by 15 points. Low scoring game, at least if you're a Cardinals player. Yeah, we're worried about Miles Sanders, but I can't answer that right now, right? We got to see what's up Sunday morning, Saturday, we get more information. That's a long question, but I don't know. I can't. That's like hacking your lineup, right? I can't like do all that work for you. You got to talk to go talk to him. If you got a solid trade, hey, should I make this trade? I can say yes or no. But this is like reading an essay and grading your essay. And then with that grade, we don't even like you're not even gonna do anything with that grade because I'm not a real teacher. So there's not, we can't do all that. We can't do all these advanced theories because no matter what even if I have a good answer, it might not work. Go talk to the guy. If you want second opinion on a more concrete trade, I'm here for you. We answer this. Have them all. Okay, okay. Rashad White or Brian Robinson. Yeah. So, like, another example is like, was you worried about this? Yeah, I mean, he's questionable. But if you ask me a question like, all right, if Miles Sanders can't go, which one do I start? I can answer that, right? But I don't know what news is going to come out Sunday morning. You see what I mean? So I can give you RB2. I can't tell you if Miles Sanders is going to play or not. I can tell you he plays in the morning. So we'll have a better idea. And we'll probably even know if we'll know if he's out, we'll know ahead of time too, and we'll be able to make a decision. The only other game being played earlier than that is the London game. That's the Falcons Jaguars. Rashad White or Brian Robinson? Great question here. Rashad White, not a good matchup. I'm worried about that. Brian Robinson, not a good matchup as well. Let's go with Rashad White. Aaron Jones kill me. Yeah, he did great week one and teased us. What's up, my Twitch fam in the building? Ford, Mike Evans, or Ridley? Okay. So this is a trade question. Okay. Ford and Mike Evans or Ridley and Javante. I would go with the Calvin Ridley and Javante side. Take a big risk. I like the bigger risk, bigger reward though. What's up, GV? Trade Zay Flowers and Gibbs for Cup. Um, I'm gonna say no because I'm really worried about Cup's injury. The Cardinals do have a dog in them, no, for sure, but they're not gonna be able to beat my Niners. It's not even gonna come close. No problem, man. And thanks for not just quitting. I know Twitch fam is very they don't see there's a lot of people in the stream because it's a multicast and they just leave quick. So thanks for not leaving right away. What's up, Get Her Done? What's up, TG? Any updates on or thoughts on Roshan Johnson's season long? Also, talk a bit about the Chiefs, Rasheed Rice. Yeah, I'm not buying into the Rasheed Rice thing. Mahomes spreads the ball a lot, but one positive thing about Rasheed Rice is touchdowns. He almost scored, I think, twice I remember definitely once on the 1 yard line. So he could have easily got 2 scores last week. We seen him get in the end zone week 1, and touchdowns are king. But it's like in a 12-team league, if you pick up Rasheed Rice and actually start him, I'm just gonna call you an idiot. Like, how do you predict the touchdown games? Because if there's no touchdowns, you're starting basically the biggest joke of at wide receiver. Like, so Rasheed Rice, I'm just saying he's out of this conversation. Roshan Johnson, I think we talked about him in detail on our second YouTube channel, Fantasy Couch Podcast. So check that out. Um, he's the man. You guys know I've been pushing Roshan Johnson since before he got drafted, since after he got drafted, is just all day, all night. And I like starting him this week. He is the RB1 essentially, to generalize it, for the Bears. It's a 55-45 split. He gets the more valuable touches. That's goal line opportunities, passing down, because he's a much better pass protector. And Khalil Herbert's not a good pass protector. So I love Roshan Johnson for sure. And I mean, I don't know if you're new to the channel, but I've been pushing him. Probably one of the guys I've been pushing the hardest as like kind of a deep sleeper. Man, skip my question. Well, I'm answering it right now. I'm skipping a lot of people's question, man. It's not on purpose. There's just too many questions. But if you do want your question answered 100% guaranteed, you can hit me up with the donation super chat if you want. If not, I mean, there's just no way I can answer every single question. And I'm not perfect, man. If I skipped it, I'm sorry. But if you asked it now, I probably would have saw it. I don't know. Not good strategy on your part, if I may say. Jacoby. Huh? I don't understand the question. I don't understand why you say with Jimmy G. I'll just read it as Jacoby, Sutton, Lockett, or Josh Palmer, half PPR pick 2. Let's go with I mean Jacoby's still okay with Aiden O'Connell. I'm just scared of him with I'm scared of Jacoby with Brian Hoyer more so. Definitely Jimmy G and him have a great connection though. But let's just play it safe here. Let's go with Cortland Sutton and Lockett. And let's bench Palmer. Should I trade AJ Brown, Jacobs, T. Higgins for Debo and Pollard? AJ Brown, Jacobs, T. Higgins for Debo and Pollard. You're getting a huge upgrade at RB. So this is actually you taking an L on this trade. If you really need an RB, you might have to take this trade. But no, man, Debo's just not. He's just not up there with AJ Brown and T. Higgins, unfortunately. So I would like you to get more value in this trade if you can. Man, because what do you, because there's better options out there than Josh Palmer. I skipped you. It is what it is. That's what we do on this channel, man. We skip questions, man. We're known for that, man. That's just the way it is. It's part of our culture, man, here. Skipping questions, that's what I do. Trade Garrett Will. There's not that many people on the live stream, but when there's a lot, man, I'm skipping 2/3 of the questions, dude. That's how we do it here. Trade Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Achane for Amon Ra. No. That's a close one, but no, because Jameson Williams is back. Is trading, that's giving up a bit too much. I would say yes if you get like an RB, like you need like a Brian Robinson back or something, or Mostert or something. Spaghetti or lasagna. You know what, man? I would have said spaghetti, but my girl's mom makes the best lasagna, so I'm switching sides here, man. You know, I was wrong before in the past. I had some bad takes. But we're switching it up. And if it's that type, if it's that because you didn't say which lasagna, but if I'm doing a random thing, right, I don't know who's making it, then it's spaghetti. But if I get to pick who's making the lasagna, we're going lasagna. That's right. You know, don't skip shame me, okay? That's not cool. All right, I'm not perfect. Far from it. Roshan or Chuba Hubbard? Oh, if Miles Sanders is out, I got you. I got you. Man, I guess we go Chuba Hubbard. Yeah. If my only if Miles Sanders is out, yeah, we'll go Chuba Hubbard. And we will know in time, which is kind of cool. Would you start Ford or A Chain? I would start Ford. Thoughts on Romeo Does? Will his target share continue in double digits with Watson being back? He seems to be. Um, his targets will go down, but it won't go down too much. I still see him. I see kind of Watson taking over the Jaden Reed targets, while Romeo Dubs targets will go down by, he'll get like 2 or 3 less targets, but that'll still be great. Yeah, so he'll affect Reed more. I think so. Fredo, how's it going? Should I trade Ford and A Chain for Derrick Henry? Now, I don't know about this A Chain thing, man. He's such a talent that I'd stay stubborn and hold. Yeah, I'm too scared of and it's all about the Titans and their quarterback situation. So I would hold. I would not go get Derrick Henry. You're welcome. Should I drop Aaron Jones? Just kidding. Okay, funny. Okay, we got three comedians in a row. You know how food is, bro. You give a recipe and it doesn't mean that it's gonna come out the exact same, right? Like a world famous chef gives out a recipe. I guarantee the world famous chef's food's gonna come out superior to whatever you're cooking there. You're welcome. Kirk over Rice all the way, yes. But trade away Christian Kirk. Do that. Um, and you'll win no matter what. I already answered this, dude. Get out of here, bro. I said I'd like you to get more out of this deal. You're not getting enough value out of this deal because Debo's not as elite as AJ Brown and Higgins. Trust Burrow over Russ. Trust is a tricky word, but yes, this week I like Burrow more. Appreciate you, Colt. Thank you. Russ, Gino, or Stroud. All right, we got a spicy one. I like this. We're getting something different, right? We're not gonna get another question like this one. So Russell Wilson, dream matchup. Dream matchup. Then we got Geno Smith and we got CJ Stroud. I'm going with Russell Wilson on this one. Crazy, but my machine learning algorithms are saying Russell Wilson, and I'm going to go with that. I don't know what that means, Doug. I don't know your other options, so why would I blindly tell you who to start? I have a last wide receiver spot open with Mike Williams' injury, trying to get ahead of the curve on a breakout. Kirk. Christian Kirk? Oh, what? Yeah, just of course get Christian Kirk. What are you doing? Screw Rasheed Rice, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Kirk Cousins over Burrow. That's a close one actually, because Joe Burrow, he's kind of back, he's coming back, and he's got the dream matchup. But to start him over Kirk Cousins, I can't do that quite yet. Kirk Cousins, number one, is he the number one quarterback in fantasy? Let's see right here. Oh, well, Jordan Love because he has an extra game. Yeah, so Kirk Cousins is the number one quarterback in fantasy. So I'm going with the number one. I'm going with the number one QB, man. Love Burrow this week, though. Just more risky, man. Dang, some people have like a million questions. It's the same people. You guys are nuts. Tank Dell, Tutu, or Pickens? This is actually pretty close. Let's go with Tutu Atwell with Cooper Cup missing another game. Cousins or Mahomes rest of seasons? Let's go with Mahomes. Yeah, that is sad having Dak Prescott. Should I pick him up and start him this week? Don't like Prescott versus Dak Prescott versus New England is bad. Daniel Jones, I do like him this week. Yeah, I like Daniel Jones. If you're asking me who's going to score more fantasy points this week, Dak or Daniel Jones, I'm telling you Daniel Jones. So you do what you got to do. You got to make the detailed decisions. But I'm telling you, one guy is better than the other. Daniel Jones is a better start than Dak this week. Tua over Burrow. Yeah, man. I mean, other than Kirk Cousins, right behind him is Tua. Tua is the third best quarterback in all of fantasy. Yeah, dude. Tua in a you just tuned in, but earlier we were talking about this game right here, the Bills Dolphins game, buddy. Peep this. Okay, we're on the Vegas odds. Highest scoring game by far. We're looking at a shootout where either team could take it. Let's see who's favored to win. I bet you it's really, really close. We'll see who's favored to win. I mean, the Bills are favored to win by 2.5. I mean, that's basically nothing. So we got an even shootout with two of the hottest quarterbacks in the league. Both guys are top 5 QBs. Josh Allen, Tua, the hottest team versus a juggernaut team. I mean, these are two really good teams. Dolphins defense is not really that good. Bills D looks tough, but the Dolphins are an offense that just scored 70 points last week. So it's going to be a shootout. I mean, this is what I say. Look, dude, because you're kind of going off of like kind of old school, like very basic fantasy stuff, and this is we're way more advanced the past 6-7 years. Okay, so this is always what I say for people, and I'm not saying you're saying this or anything, so don't take it personal. Don't be this is remember, it's just a game, man. We're talking fantasy, we're all here to have fun, so don't take it personal. That's silly. All right, so this is what I always say, though. I just do this to make a point, and I'm not saying you're saying this or anything, but if you don't believe in the over under, you don't think this is something we should be basing it off of, you think this is stupid, and you severely doubt me and everyone else to not look at the over under, well, just logically, don't you want to just go and place a big bet on the under then? If you don't think there's going to be a ton of touchdowns this game, which these guys have billions of dollars on the line, the sports bookmakers that make this, and tell you this is going to be the highest scoring game, then maybe it's time to go make a huge bet. And I don't even bet, just to tell you, I don't do sports betting, but maybe it's time to go make a huge bet on the under if you don't believe it. We like the shootouts, man. Yeah, we talked about it. Unfortunately, I updated my app, and yeah, it was true. Yeah, it happened. I had to see it with my own eyes. Yeah. We did it in the beginning of the live stream. Never does. Well, look, nah, it could it could not these aren't this is the thing though. These are not right all the time. They're wrong a lot of times, but this is how I put it. they're gonna be right more times than me and you. Okay, so it's just this is just proof. Like most of us are just gonna be 50-50 when we're predicting like what team's gonna score a lot and what's gonna be a shootout or not. It's usually around 50-50. These guys are around 60 to 70%. So I'm taking that all the time, right? Like that's huge. That's a huge thing. So I mean, and this question was really easy though. What was his question? Dark Star. Tua over Burrow. Yeah, no, I love Burrow this week, but like, come on, bro. How are you gonna bench Tua? Like, that's nuts. That's nuts. And also, the Dolphins are gonna be needing to throw the ball, right? Because the Bills are a good team, right? You mentioned the Bills D looks tough. Yeah, I mean, against bad teams, but also the Bills offense is great too. So it's like Tua's gonna need to throw the ball. This is gonna be a high scoring game. We love starting fantasy players in high scoring games because that means more touchdowns. Yeah, you gotta I would bench Saquon Barkley if you can. You gotta bench him. He plays Monday. He's questionable. High ankle sprain. That's no joke for a running back. Anthony Richardson or Fields. Start Anthony Richardson, Mixon or Kyron. Okay, now we have a closer one. Because obviously you don't want to start Fields. Come on, dude. Fields is a cool start, but if you got a guy like Anthony Richardson, no thank you. Kyron Williams or Mixon. I'm gonna go with Kyron Williams. I said to bench Saquon here. What's up, Simba? Got offered to Miles Sanders and Tank Dell for Achane, 10 team full PPR. My Ivory's Gibbs for Najee Chain. I would say yes to this, but I don't know about Miles Sanders' injury. Maybe wait a day before you hit accept. Exactly. 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 I don't do that stuff, man. I'm sorry. I just go off of this, because I like I said, these guys are gonna be right 10% more than me. So I just go off this. I don't do player props. I don't do betting. I don't make my own sports book bets. And so I don't even play that game. I'm strictly traditional fantasy. I said probably yes, but I would wait till tomorrow. Let's get more information on Miles Sanders' injury, right? Before you make an investment, you want to know if the guy's healthy, this and that. See, just like signing a player on an NFL team. Fields or Howell? Oh God, yeah. I mean, that's even worse. Yeah, we're starting Justin Fields. I don't honestly forgot who the Commanders play. I know they play the Bears next week, but bro, start Justin Fields. Jeff Wilson's not. Oh, who to stash? Keaton Mitchell for sure. You're welcome. Someone offered me Garrett Wilson for Calvin Ridley. No, no, Calvin Ridley's way better, way better, way better. So if anybody, guys, if you have Garrett Wilson and you can get Ridley, I'd do that one for one. This guy I think here had like he got Ridley and Evans, so that's even better. But go get Calvin Ridley. I have full confidence in him. He will bounce back. Yeah, that is a gross one for sure, TG. Ooh, that is a tough one because the Ravens are so banged up. It's such a messy one out there. And when I go like, hey, I like rushing yards. Well, I mean, we got another guy, Anthony Richardson. Algorithms are showing me Anthony Richardson is a much better start. Ravens in a low scoring game with so many question marks with the Ravens. Let's go with Anthony Richardson. That's crazy how we're benching Lamar for Anthony Richardson. Yeah, in most leagues, that's how it is. Nobody wants Gibbs and nobody wants Garrett Wilson, but every league's different. John A, we don't know which side because I answer a lot of trade questions. We don't know which side he's on. So John A thinks that he has Garrett Wilson. I think he has Ridley. Anyway, I don't know which side you're on. I like the Ridley side. So if you got Garrett Wilson, make the trade. If you have Calvin Ridley, don't make the trade because I like Ridley better than Garrett Wilson. Yeah, we talked about Gibbs a lot on last night's podcast. There's nothing you can do. You're screwed. If you can package a deal and trade him away, that's great. You're screwed. The Gibbs thing's done. Gibbs season is over. All right, stop spamming, dude. Just relax for like 5 seconds. All right. Let's skip him since he kept spamming. Teach him a lesson, dude. Kincaid or Komet? Let's go with Kincaid. Stroud or Lamar? Let's go with Lamar. They're struggling. They're just not connecting. I think they'll bounce back. So they looked good week 1, week 2 just slightly out of sync, and the same thing week 3. And man, I really want Zay Jones to return. I think he's a big part of that offense. Yes, I believe in T-Law, but we're kind of saying that we're on the same topic. I really want Zay Jones to be back. Yeah, that too. Yeah, lots of drop passes. Calvin Ridley barely out of bounds in the end zone. Like these picks. Your name is so long, dude. That is literally the longest name I've seen on YouTube. My cousin offered me a trade this morning. He wanted McLaurin from me, and in return, I got Pacheco. I accepted the trade. I like the Pacheco side. Easy. No problem. All right, I'm going to hop off, guys. All right, so I'm going to go on the Discord, and if you guys want to join, I will be on the general voice channel where you can hop on. So I will just drop the link there. It is a private Discord. I'll just drop the link right there. I see our Min is asking ETN or Achane. I would go with ETN right here. So here's the link to the Discord. Yeah, but your name is long. It's Treehouse ENT DJ Vapors the Goat Experience. I mean, just be honest, that's a total turn off. Like that's just kind of disgusting. I don't want to say a sentence. I don't want to read it. I hate reading, so I don't want to read a sentence. So my recommendation for you is just to change it to DJ Vapors. If you really need to put something in parentheses, do it because that is ridiculous. That's crazy, dude. It's too much. I don't approve of this. Change your name to something shorter. You're still part of the family. You always will be. I'm just giving you a recommendation. All right, guys. See you on Discord. I'll be in the voice channel. If you want to hop on just to listen, or talk and or listen, hop on. I'll be on there. All right, guys. See you on the next.